Are you a South Asian who is skinny fat? I'm gonna be describing exactly what that looks like in this video and how you can fix it too. This is me when I was about 14, 15 years old. I was on the borderline of skinny fat and I would say chubby at the same time. And you can tell just by your face sometimes. It was very round. I was like, how do I fix this? What do I need to do? Like if you actually went on a diet plan or you lost a bit of body weight, mom's gonna be like, Beta, what are you doing? Your family are gonna be like, what? Why do you need to lose weight? And you could probably relate to this because you've probably been through the same thing and telling me the same thing again, I don't need to lose any body weight. But then you look in the mirror and it tells you the opposite story. So a couple of things, you probably hold more body fat on your love handles, which is where most people typically hold it. So most people generally, who are, I call it skinny fat, generally are fine in clothes. Women, men, especially on the hips, but if you're skinny fat, it's all on the hips. You have noodly arms usually, or I call it really, really skinny arms, and there's no experience of weight training either involved in your regime. I've gone through this as well. About 2016, when I first started my journey into fitness, I started lifting weights and people were like, why do you need to lose weight? You're fine as it is anyway. And I was like, you don't know, like I'm carrying more body fat. And there's a risk for that as well. So if you're skinny fat right now, the risk is two things. One, you could still have diabetes, cardiovascular health problems, heart health, etc. could get worse. So you want to be quite careful of this, right? A couple of things you guys want to do. One is really focus on the weight training element. You want to build as much muscle tissue as you possibly can, because ultimately people who are skinny fat, they really struggle with this element. They don't have enough muscle mass. That's why they hold on to more body fat in general. So strength training, aim for 3 sessions a week, anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. And then mainly with nutrition, you really, really, really want to focus on cleaning up your nutrition. So growing up in a South Asian household, we have some of the best cuisine in the world. However, it's also not the greatest from a calorie perspective, right? Sometimes I actually look at like subcategories and what you can do. So one of the first categories is desserts and sweets. Diwali comes around, bendas everywhere, gulab jambus, jalebis, etc. This doesn't keep you full. And what's even worse, they're anywhere between 200 to 500 calories per piece. You heard that correctly. So if you're on a nutrition program, and let's say you're having 2,000 calories a day, you could blow your calorie load by sometimes midday. And that can happen, don't get me wrong, but you got to be very, very careful with desserts and sweets. Then you got fried foods, samosas, pakoras, doklas, everything around that. That can also add more calories, and they're hidden calories, I always think, because of the oils within these foods. We also grew up in a very heavy carbohydrate and heavy fat culture. This is exactly what I grew up with my dinners as well. Bateta shak, which is obviously potatoes. I have that, then you have rice, and then you combine that with also rotli, that's like carbs and carbs and carbs. So it's like you wouldn't have potato, pasta, and rice combined, but somehow for South Asians, we end up doing that. We just need to like categorize that a bit better. Then you also add into the mix your weight training, you clean that up, and then also you add that into the movement side of things, then you'll be in a really, really, really good spot. So you want to really just focus on that. And I think as long as you do that, then I really, really, really do believe, and even if you lose 5 kilos, which could be 10 pounds, you will already notice a big, big difference. And you can see some of the examples we've had some of our clients as well. In the future videos, you're going to see some case studies that we end up doing. A good example, someone like Nirav over here, from 20+% body fat all the way to seeing his abs for the first time in his life, as well as that, improving his health as well. If you've enjoyed this video, click the link below if you want to get a free South Asian fat loss guide. Free, all you got to do is just literally enter your email and it should be there with you in the next half an hour. Enjoy it.